Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking time to join and having some time off. Thank you very much. I'm honored. And I will share my screen with you now. This is me in Kyoto in 2019, going out for a run before visiting nice clients in Japan. And I have not been traveling to Japan since because of COVID. My background from the furniture industry is that I've been working for Fritz Hansen. I have been working at the old workshop Rode Rasmussen from 1869. It was unfortunately closed in 2016, and it's part of Carl Hansen and Son now. So we start with a little bit of storytelling about our company. We were founded on April 2nd, 1953 by these two brothers, Ejner and Lars Peder, and the last name was Petersen and Petersen. The day we were founded officially was also the birthday of Hans J Wegner. At this time, we did not know each other, but if you are superstitious, you will think it was meant to be. Actually, later on, Wegner said to Ejner, Petersen and Petersen is too difficult. Why don't you call yourself PP Mobler? He suggested, and he also made the logo. So we have always been a family-owned company. Here you have a picture of Ejner Petersen, passed away, unfortunately, to COVID. In 2020, just in the beginning of the Corona period here in Denmark, at the age of 97. His son, Søren, second generation, and then Kasper, third generation, who is also a master of craftsman. First time I met Ejner, he said to me, Karina, if we love the material and we love each other, then we can create beautiful products. This is how the workshop looks. It's a lot larger, but I can't take a photo. It's like a big U, so you have wood coming in, going through the machinery and all the way in here, and hopefully furniture coming out. It's a small workshop. We now occupy around 70 people. Sometimes when we are in the same town as Fritz Hansen, and they have a very nice building, and people come from Fritz Hansen to PP Mobler, and they get a little bit shocked because they see the workshop and they think it looks a bit tired. But I always say it's because we work here and we are craftsmen, so we don't want to ask anybody to fix our buildings, but we don't have time to do it ourselves. So at PP Mobler, we mainly use Danish wood types. We have always believed in being able to source wood in our own home country, so we don't have to drive it a long way. And we have historically mainly been using ash wood and oak, some maple, beech, and Danish cherry, also called European cherry, which is not as red as the American, and then sometimes some pine wood. Then sometimes we also use walnut from America. But what is going on in these areas are that we have a tradition for forest, so we replant the trees. And in Denmark, we have an overproduction of trees compared to what we use. So it's in balance. And no need to have certification because it's a well-maintained forest. When we go into the more exotic areas, it has to be FSC approved, meaning we need to know where it's being cut from and that there is a plan for replanting. And here, if we buy Wenge from Congo, or sometimes we can find teak. Teak we can only get if it's old stock, if it's been cut before 2013. It's illegal to bring Burma, Myanmar teak into Europe. We have some of the most strict regulations in the world. And the same with rosewood. It's only old stock, small pieces we have bought in 1960s, 1970s. And we still have some for making joints. But when that run out, we have to find something else. But this is how it looks when we get the big trees for furniture with a very big backrest, thick wood. They are up to 200-year old if it's oak wood. If it's ash and other wood types, they're typically 60, 70, maximum 80 years old. And that arrives from our main supplier, Copenhagen Hardwood, in the winter when the energy has gone into the roots. And normally we would have to dry a 5-inch piece of wood like this for 10 years to get below 6%. But we reduce the size, and then we can also reduce the drying time to 2 years. So after we have cut the big trees and reduced the size, we put away for drying, and then it goes through, they have different of these red houses. It goes through different stages, and then it ends up going into the drying kiln for 3 months. So it's 2 years that it goes through different drying stages, and oak wood is the most difficult to condition. And this is Finn. He's the founder of Copenhagen Hardwood, and maybe the person who knows most about wood in Denmark. And here he's testing if it's ready or not. This is mostly table wood, but it can also be small pieces like legs or other pieces, but already dry 12% when the trees come from our supplier. But we have a drying kiln to get below 6. In the early years, we didn't have our own models. We were sub-supplier for other manufacturers. So we were doing something for Finn Juhl with the Nils Vodder with the 45 Chieftain and the Chieftain chair as well for Ivan Slægter. We were for a period of time also doing the extension ring, the maple ring for Fritz Hansen. And even for a period of time, we were also doing their version of the China chair. In my own workshop, we were doing the wooden frame for the Mogens Koch fireplace setting, and also Nana Ditzel, the pot chair, the wooden frame. But most important, we were from the beginning when we were doing one of the makers of the wooden frame for the Papa Bear chair. So the original maker of this chair was AP Stone, and here you can see the frame. And here you can see PP staff doing the frame. And this is how we met Wegner. He came to see the workshop. He was a craftsman himself, and he came to check the quality. And he said to Mr. Peterson, Mr. Peterson, you do not have to do it so nice because I'm going to put upholstery on. Nobody's going to see it. And then Einar Peterson said to him, Wegner-san, allow me to do a proper job. I want my craftsmen to be proud at the end of the day. And that was the beginning of a very long friendship and cooperation between these two men. He was very concerned about quality also. Maybe Wegner is one of the most productive designers ever.